Hey everyone, welcome to Friday of the summer show.
Last day of the summer show.
Yes, so exciting. So today, Kelly and I have a bunch of fun things to show you. We're going to be talking about the Infinity, the amazing Infinity, top of the line machine. But first of all, we've got a couple things to take care of.
That's right, we do.
So first of all, remember, show prices are good for
until tomorrow.
Exactly.
Tomorrow at midnight. That's your last chance to get the benefit of those special prices that are happening this week. So
exactly. And if you have questions about those prices, be sure to reach out to your local retailer or go to handyquilter.com where they are actually listed online right now. And just remember that price increase is happening.
Today's July 30th.
Right. So we've got tomorrow at show price, and then on Sunday, prices are going up.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, that's happening in everything.
Exactly.
So, but we thought it would be fair to let you know ahead of time so that you could make that choice. So
exactly.
Okay, good.
So be sure to jump on that.
We also want to remind you about handyquilter.education and the classes that we have happening on that website. So, we love education. We know that education is something that you're looking for. And so we're just trying to provide more ways for you to access great classes. So if you'll go to handyquilter.education, we have two special classes right now, one from Susan Manry and one from Jane Hopprich. And if you purchase one of those classes, you get a bonus.
Yeah. Two extra classes. One from me and one Christina that we both taught at Academy. So it's a little taste of what Academy offers.
Yeah.
And then also just what else is going to be in store for handyquilter.education down the road, right?
The other day I said it's a sneak peek of Academy. It's really not, because Academy already happens.
That's right.
But it is letting you know, if you've never been to Academy kind of before, what kind of classes we have happening at Academy. So,
exactly.
So it's a great place to find some education.
Yeah, it really is. Okay. And we've had a lot of people signing up for those classes and a really positive response. So we're excited about them.
Yeah, we have some great educators. So
now, I know the other reason why people are probably tuning in is we're going to be giving away a big prize here at the end of the show. We also have got our judges prizes that we're going to be giving away for anybody who has entered into the hashtag HQ Summer Show with a picture of their quilt on social media.
Yes. And if you haven't had a chance to go to either Facebook or Instagram and do the hashtag HQ Summer Show to look at some of those amazing quilts, they're going to stay there. But we actually chose some of our favorites and some winners. And so we're going to share those with you today as well. So hang on for that.
Paula, thanks for the great compliment. We really appreciate that. And why don't we go ahead and get to the demo for today?
Okay. So the Infinity.
Yeah.
It's our 26-inch throat space. That's a pretty big deal. That gives you at least 21, 22 inches of quilting space. So
it's amazing.
This is where a long arm quilter really comes in. You need those long arms for this, right?
Yes,
you don't if you're using a Pro Stitcher.
Right.
So, but the Infinity has some features we want to tell you about. And one of them, it stitches 3,100 stitches per minute. And
lightning fast.
Really, I'm not sure how that applies to most people, but if you're quilting, if you're a fast quilter, if you quilt for customers, this is the machine that you're looking for.
Absolutely.
Because it allows you to finish those quilts even faster.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. I know I've only ever met one person who could outstitch this machine.
Yes. And
she's a super speedy quilter.
I thought I was a fast quilter, but I cannot outstitch this machine. No. And there's no reason to.
No.
But even though it's a really big machine, it's really comfortable to drive.
Yes. Yes.
And I find that it has a lot of stability that helps me have precision in my free motion quilting. So I also have the Infinity in my studio.
Yeah.
And so it's one of my favorite machines. So we turned off the lights so you can't see them. They flash on camera, so you can't see the amazing lighting that it has. but it also has adjustable handlebars. We talked about that the other day with you, Mara,
Mhm.
and why adjustable handlebars are beneficial.
Oh, yeah.
So for design choices or for even physical comfort,
Yes.
it just helps to be able to kind of adjust your handlebars. So that's one of our features here.
Mhm.
So Handy Quilter is a company where we strive to provide you what quilters are looking for. We ask them every
Exactly.
year, what are you looking for?
Yep.
And for me, the Infinity is the epitome of what our customers are looking for. It has everything on
Oh,
there,
yeah.
except we have not come up with a bottomless bobbin yet. I mean, we still have to
Sorry.
replace our bobbins. I'm sorry
I
to
know.
point out that. But the Infinity has everything that you're looking for. The lighting in the bobbin case area, a needlepoint laser.
Mhm.
It has a thread cutter.
Yes.
And
On the bobbin.
it has a camera
Mm-hmm.
underneath.
We could actually show
So
them
it
the
shows
camera.
you the stitches underneath.
Yeah.
So at some point we can show you that.
Yeah.
So, but I want to just drive it just a little bit and
Yes.
show you how easy the ease of use
Mhm.
and how fun it is to drive.
It is. It's
Okay.
such a fun machine to quilt.
Here I am
quilt with.
again trying to quilt right-handed, so my hand is not in the way. It also has that third programmable button that we talked about the other day.
Uh-huh.
And the first thing I need to do is release the gears.
Yes. We've got our Pro Stitcher turned on, don't we?
Yes, or else you're going to see some really squares. I'll just give you some E's and L's. We have our loud boom camera or boom microphone on today, so it's probably enhancing the sound. But each machine has its own voice.
Yeah.
And it's just the boom mic.
The boom mic just picks up a little more sound in the studio.
I'm kind of doing green thread on green, so I don't think that you can probably even see it. But I've got my
Maybe come
thread
down here
part
on
in
the
there. Okay.
little tilting down there. Oh, there we go.
Anyway, put the
That
needle down.
looks great. You guys can see
It's-
those stitches there, how pretty they are.
It's just a really comfortable machine to drive, and I know it's a little heavier than some of our other machines, but the weight of it doesn't even seem to
It's
to
balanced.
bother. It's just really balanced well.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
a great machine. If you haven't
So-
had the chance to drive it, you should find a retailer near
Yeah.
you that has one. So
So Karen's got a great question for us. Does it have a power button on both sides? So
So-
there are two power buttons.
and on and off, or you meaning an on and off?
I don't
to
know. Why
drive
don't we
it?
just show her? There's two buttons that you can turn the machine on and off with. There's a main power button at the back,
Yes.
and then there's a power button on the
There's a
side
power button on the side.
that Kelly can point out right there. And if the one on the back is off, this one won't turn it on. Like the one on the back has to be on for the one on the front to turn it on.
Yes. Yes.
So does that, hopefully that answers your question, Karen.
I'm going to answer another question just in
Yeah.
case this is where you're going with it. So the start and stop button is on the
Mm.
right handlebar.
Right.
The needle up down is on the left handlebar, but it does have the programmable button. So if
Mhm.
you wanted to program the start stop on the left
Mhm.
handlebar, you could. So hopefully
Exactly.
one of those we answered the question.
Hopefully.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's true. You could have it on both
Yeah.
handlebars.
So let's look at the screen again for the
Yeah.
Infinity. So it has the virtual hand wheel, which allows you to
Come over here so they can see. There we go. Sorry. We'll
I
just
like
kind
to
of move
stand
so
right
you
in
guys
front
can
of the
see the
camera.
screen.
The virtual hand wheel is right here on the screen, and
Mhm.
if you just touch it and slide it down, it has an arrow where it's going down. So it's important that you slide the direction of the arrow. Even it's tricky sometimes because if I want to raise the needle, I want to go swipe up, but it goes in a full cycle, just like it should
Mhm.
when you're moving the hand wheel. Okay. So it has all the other amazing features that our other machines have, and we've talked about.
Mhm. Yeah.
So we don't need to cover those again, but that's our Infinity.
Yeah, it's great. So we've got a question from Wendy. She says, so is that foot recommended for any specific type of quilting? Now I'm guessing you're talking about asking about the glide foot too, which we have on here.
And she uses the Groovy boards.
The
Would
Groovy
that
board
foot work
with
as
Moxie.
well? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually what we recommend
Yes.
when you're quilting from the back, because it just glides over everything. You don't accidentally flip an edge or
Yes.
get caught on a seam or anything like that.
Yeah, really helpful when you're quilting from the back
Mhm.
because you can't see from up front. So
Yeah.
it just keeps from anything like catching, like you
Yeah.
talked about, or anything like that happening. So,
And
good question.
speaking of quilting from the back, the Infinity actually comes with
Yes, it does.
the rear
Good point.
handlebars.
It does come with the rear handlebars. So
So if
it's
you want to
set up-
quilt from the back, you're all set.
that's good.
Yeah.
Right. Any other questions about the Infinity?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Lindy is asking, which machine do you recommend for personal quilting and making lots of giveaway quilts, but will not be used for a business? Okay. Well,
That's a good question. I hear most people answer it that you should probably buy the biggest machine
Mhm.
that your space, like
Mhm.
where's it going to live in your house?
yes.
That your space allows and that your budget allows. But you can finish quilts with any of the machines.
Yeah.
So I would really suggest that you drive one and see what is a comfortable motion for you to move your hands. That's where you'll kind of notice the stitches per minute, how that
Yeah.
if you drive really fast, you'll want one of the bigger machines because they have a little bigger motor.
Yep.
But it's space in your house
Yes.
and your budget. Those are
Yep.
big, huge factors of which machine you're going with.
Yeah.
And you can finish quilts with any of them.
Yeah.
Personal use, I purchased this myself for personal
Yeah.
use, but other people would purchase the Moxie for personal
Right.
use. It's
Right. It's what fits their space
Yeah.
and their budget.
we could have a conversation about it. I could help you figure that out, but there's not just kind of one right answer for everyone. So.
Exactly. Yeah. But I've never heard somebody say, I bought a machine that was too big.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Leanna's asking us, I have only one turn wheel that came with my Amara. Do you recommend getting a second wheel for the front? Is it hard to install? So I'm assuming that you're talking about the wheel
Well,
on the frame, which actually ours is out of the shot over here, the little hand wheel. All of ours in the studio have two. We really like that second hand wheel,
we
don't
like
we?
the second hand wheel a lot. It really
Yeah.
helps in loading. So
Yeah.
if that's something that you're interested in, they are frame specific. So
Mhm.
if you purchase a hand wheel, make sure that you know which frame you have, the loft frame, the studio frame, the gallery frame,
Yep.
because the poles are all different diameters. So you want to make sure
Yeah.
that you get the one for your frame.
And just to note, the hand wheels actually aren't available for the loft frame. They're available for the studio too and the gallery too.
Oh, thank you for pointing
Yeah.
it out. Sorry.
Just
Sorry.
want you guys to know that.
Yep, misled you on that one. Dennis, my Infinity runs 6 hours a day, every day, and no problems. That's awesome.
That
That's
is.
great. I love to hear that. I love
Yeah.
my Infinity too.
Yep.
So there are specific guidelines. Brandy is asking, how frequently should I have my Infinity serviced? Every insert number stitches or once a year. Okay.
Okay.
So the Infinity should be serviced every 10 million stitches or every 2 years, whichever comes first. So make sure that you are staying current on your service.
Yeah.
So as we drive our machines, the only service that we need to do is to put a drop of oil in the bobbin case area in the race
And
right?
keep it clean.
and keep it really clean.
Yep.
But inside these heads, there's several different types of
Mhm.
self-lubricating oils and greases, and it's a good question, Brandy, but you should keep really current on those service. So.
Yep. Yeah.
Martha, thank you. I've never been sorry. I got the Infinity. Me
Exactly.
too. So,
Exactly.
all right, good. Well, good. Thanks for inputting. Oh,
Yeah.
one more.
Oh,
Let's
one
see.
more.
Do you have recommendations? This is from Anne. Do you have recommendation for turning your machine on and off every time you use it? I was told to plug it into a surge protector and just unplug that from the wall instead of flipping the switch. So it is recommended that you have a,
Surge protector. Mhm.
they call it something else.
Or a power, what's it called? I can't remember.
Yeah.
There's a specific turn in the
It's in the
User
manual.
manual.
It's in the
Yeah.
manual, right? It is really recommended.
Yeah.
And also, we strongly recommend that you unplug it from a power source every night.
Mhm.
So that's a really good question. It's really important for people to do that.
Yeah.
So power surges are
yeah, they're real
we're
things.
protecting these babies, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
so unplug it every night. So
Ooh.
is the Infinity a step up from the Avante? I'm going to Avante.
Yeah.
So for several different reasons, I'm going to say yes. I
Yeah.
mean, the Avante is a fantastic
Mhm.
machine, but the Avante was an 18-inch throat space.
Yep.
We're
Yep.
talking about a 26-inch throat space.
Mhm.
The Avante had anywhere from 1,800 stitches per minute up to 2,200 stitches per minute.
Yep.
And we have 3,100 stitches
Yeah.
per minute with the Infinity right here. And so, gosh, the Avante, there's nothing bad to be said about the Avante. It's an amazing machine.
Yep.
But if you're looking for a bigger and maybe a faster to finish
Yep.
things quicker, then this is your machine.
Yeah.
So,
And this one has the Gallery 2 frame. That's really
Yes.
the other difference. And the frames are,
they're the same.
Yeah.
They work the same.
yeah, they work the same.
Yeah, we just have bigger poles. We
Yep.
have 2-inch poles on the gallery frame, 1.5 inch on the studio frame.
Exactly.
Thanks for
Oh,
participating with your
And then
questions.
how are
and
the frames
comments.
different?
How are the frames for the Infinity different from Mara? Okay, that's
Choose
what
this-
we just said. Yeah,
the 2-inch.
studio, the pole,
And then
pole circumference.
the throat depth, which
Yes.
of course,
Yes.
because it fits, the Amara is a 20-inch.
Yes, the gallery
a
does take a
26.
little more space in your room.
Yes.
So because it's deeper.
The bigger
So,
machines on it.
Yeah, great. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we gonna do next? Are we gonna show them some
I-
of our?
Is it time to start doing some giveaways? The judging? I think it might be. So first of all, we have a really special giveaway today.
Yeah, we do. We have
So
several. We
we're gonna
several
have
of them.
Johnny and Christina
They're
come
gonna
on
join us.
film here, and we're gonna roll this back a little bit. Oh, we're just gonna move some things around. Pardon us while we're kind of fixing things here just a little bit. Okay, so we have a very special giveaway. Kayla, can you get a nice close-up right here? We have a very special giveaway for someone that's actually here in the studio with us today. We have right here, if we can do a nice close-up of that. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can. Okay, it's kind of flipped. Can you read that, Kayla?
Come here, Kayla.
Kayla, why don't you come over here for a minute? So, Kayla, what does it say?
June 11th, Jared and Kayla. Or
June
is it
29th.
June 29th. Oh my gosh.
What is that?
So we got we can switch back so we can get Kayla on screen here.
That's
Kayla just got married, actually a couple years ago,
Years ago.
but she just had her wedding. And so we made her a quilt, the studio educators here. So step on it in here, Johnny. And we wanted to give her, we have a special giveaway in the studio just for her.
I didn't know that. You guys are tricky.
She's running our cameras.
Yeah, so there's a peek of the Kayla we're always talking about.
Or we're talking to.
Yeah.
Zoom in here, Kayla.
Kayla, zoom
here.
in.
Oh my
Zoom in.
gosh.
Yes.
You know how much Jared's been asking for a quilt. I'm like, I'm getting on it, but now I don't have to do anything.
Yes, you do.
I don't know if you guys all just
that.
heard that.
Jared,
Kayla,
yeah,
come over here and tell us.
My husband's been constantly asking for a quilt, and I haven't gotten around to starting my first one yet. So thank you.
We got you covered.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll get it finished up off the frame here in the next, I don't know what, couple months or something. Who knows? Actually, we'll get it done next week.
Oh my God.
So that's our
so
first.
Kayla got married 2 years ago,
Mhm.
but then the wedding, like the big ceremony was supposed to be last year with COVID. That was a mess. So that didn't happen. So you actually finally had your real ceremony this
Real
year.
wedding.
So if you're wondering why we're 2 years behind on getting you a wedding
It's
quilt,
not that it
that's
took us that long
why.
to make it.
It's because it was a wedding gift. And she actually had the big wedding. So
Okay, let's show them.
all right, let's show them some quilts. So we've got actually 8 judges that chose their favorite quilt. And we put them all in a big pot, and we had a meeting yesterday, and we picked our overall favorite, which quite a few of us actually had as one of our favorites. So
Are we showing that one first?
no,
No,
we'll do
no.
that one
Oh,
last.
okay.
But I just wanted to do that as a precursor. So we decided we still wanted to give prizes to all of the other quilts that we picked out that we loved, right? So we're doing special prizes. Johnny and I are both wearing the apron, and they're going to be stuffed full of goodies. And we'll be sending these out to the judges' choice. So we've got us 4, and then we've got 4 more other judges. So should we do the other judges first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's our first other guest judge? Oh, it's
Jenny.
Jenny Erickson.
Hi.
She is the marketing manager. And Jenny, why don't you tell us about your quilt?
Sure. I don't see it up on the screen yet, but I'll tell you a little bit
There we
about
go.
these. This is Jolyn Catledge. I chose Jolynn's quilt because she had several posts. And she is a beginner quilter, self-proclaimed beginner quilter, and she has a Moxie. So I personally have an Avante and a Littlefoot at home, and I consider myself a perpetual beginner. So her posts and her quilts really spoke to me because she discussed her process and her struggles as a beginner quilter, and I enjoyed seeing all of the progress that she's made and her beautiful quilts. So.
Awesome.
Awesome. All right.
So
Thanks, Jenny.
congratulations, Jolynn.
Yeah.
Jolynn?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So,
Oh, what does Jolynn need to do?
yes, let's
Okay.
put that up on the
Oh,
screen. So
gosh, yeah.
she needs to send an email to
Very
hqevents@handyquilter.com with the address you'd like this sent to, and Johnny will get this sent to you as soon as he gets that email.
Any of the names we call, we need to make sure that you
Yeah,
send us
you gotta
your
send me an
address.
email or I don't know where to send
Yep.
it. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, we're ready for judge number 2, Jane Hoprich. Why don't you tell us about your quilt?
Okay, I don't see a picture of it yet.
They're
Let's
getting
see.
there. Josh is back there.
We're not throwing you under the bus, Josh. You're doing just great.
No pressure, Josh. You're doing
Be
great.
patient with our technical difficulties.
There we go. So my quilt that I picked was from Cindy Watts Larson, and just because she said she loved whole cloth quilts and that it was her first attempt at doing one. And I love whole cloth quilts too, only because I want to be quilting. I don't want to be piecing. So I love throwing on a piece of fabric and just making something of it. So I love this. This spoke to me. And I love the way that she did her borders and her binding on it. It just looked really nice.
Great.
Awesome.
Excellent choice.
Yes,
Beautiful.
congratulations, Cindy. For some
Oh.
reason, names not sticking in my mind.
The creator
So-
of that last quilt. Congratulations.
That was gorgeous. Gorgeous. We'll have to
Tell
write
us
him
the
up
name
here.
again.
All right, next up we've got Susan Manry. So Susan, tell us about your quilt. Uh-oh. Okay, hang on a second. I think you're muted, Susan.
Unmute. There we go.
There we go.
I thought someone
Okay.
else was going to unmute me. So thank you very much. Oh, and of course, there goes my phone ringing because I turned it off. Anyway, let me shut it up. I can't find it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Tell us about this quilt. This is live. That's why we love live, right?
Sorry about that. It is real life, and it's real life right here at home. So the reason I chose this quilt, it has fabulous texture. I love how the quilter used Pro Stitcher with such great skills. She cropped the feather pattern in all of that melon colored or whatever that is. She made all of her designs fit so well. And as far as I'm concerned, this is just a fabulous example of what our Pro Stitcher can do. Now, I think her name is I think it's Betty Elliott, but I can't be sure. I can't remember, and I don't see it on there anywhere. So I hope that she will get in touch with us and get a hold of her prize, because I think she did a fabulous job.
Very good.
Awesome.
Thanks, Susan. That is a
Nice
gorgeous
choice.
quilt.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was really hard to choose, wasn't it? Heidi, what was your favorite? Let's hear yours.
Okay, I am so excited about this one. This one was from, okay, I hope I get the name right. Darlene Ballum. Is that how you would? I hope I did your name right. But anyway, look at this beautiful piece of artwork. It's Indian headdress with lots of free motion. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm always in amazement with free motion because it is just taking the machine and doing your own work. And it's really neat to see that white space and how they just filled it with the color thread, as you can see in there, as the color thread painting. And I just loved it. And so I loved how they put a border around it with the black to really help balance that white and really stand out. And to me, it was just a beautiful piece.
Yeah, that's a really great one, Kelly. I love that.
That
Or
was
Kelly,
Heidi.
Heidi. Sorry, Heidi.
And who is Heidi?
Heidi is the senior graphic designer here at Handy Quilter. Did I say that right, Heidi? Yeah, and she's a
Shaking her head.
quilter too. So, all right. Well, who's next? Have we done
I
everybody?
think we'll see what goes
Oh, it's
on the
us.
screen.
It's us, ours. Okay, show us ours. Whoever comes up next.
So
we'll tell
yeah,
you.
We're gonna scoot over.
What are we doing?
well, we'll see which side they put
Oh,
the
okay.
film, the picture up, so we know where to stand. Okay.
So is Johnny first?
Johnny.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I didn't get this person's name. All the things quilt.
Sister Brothers.
What is it?
Sister Brothers
Sister Brothers. Thank you.
from Academy.
Okay. I loved the colors on this and the quilting. If you just look at the detail of that, I just love the way she filled those white spaces. So that's why I chose that one.
We always love the ombre fabrics too. That's the thing
Yeah,
that
and
is really
ombre
beautiful.
and rainbow, all the things I love.
Oh, that's mine. Okay, this is Crafty KC. And I chose this one because I have a weakness for blue. And I really like the difference in the colors here, but the quilting really stood out. I like how they accented the snowflake designs. They used like some channel work and some micro quilting to really make that pop. So I like that one.
Gorgeous quilt.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, this is mine. So this is Paula Rampelberg posted this one, and she actually said, my daughter, Jessica Rampelberg, is the quilter of this beautiful quilt. And so I guess this is kind of a prize for two people. But I absolutely love this quilt. I love to read. And the quilting on it is fun. It's a nice, just emphasizes the piecing, but the books. I love the books. So
I figured you would choose that one.
Yeah.
Actually, she loves.
I love to
books,
read.
So yeah.
So
Okay, so I think mine's next.
Yep.
And just so you know, I had so many of these quilts that spoke to me. I
Mhm.
loved so many. But this was from Penny. I just looked your name up, Penny Doan, Penny Scheller Doan. And so I love dahlias. I love, I'm never in my life probably going to be able to piece a quilt like this. So I had to choose one that, but also her quilting enhanced the piecing so beautifully. She did such amazing quilting on this quilt. So I went back and forth on lots of different quilts. A lot of them spoke to me and just inspired me. But this was the one that I landed on. So
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice job,
It was
Penny.
really tough making a decision.
I don't
Yes, it
ever want to
was.
judge a quilt show again. That was really hard.
it has been amazing. So I think we're ready
We ready for our grand
for our
prize
grand
winner?
prize. Now, just a reminder, the grand prize winner is getting a Stitch 210. And once again, for all of you other ones that won, you need to send your information to hqevents@handyquilter.com so we can get it mailed to you. So are we ready for the big reveal? You guys can do a little drum roll.
And where's the sound effects, Johnny?
All right. Here's our grand prize winner. This was the quilt that multiple of us chose. We absolutely loved it. This is by Love to Quilt, Judy. It's just such a fun quilt.
Yeah, it's
Lots of
beautiful.
great quilting on it.
We tried to
love the
analyze the
texture.
quilting a little bit. We can tell that I'm sure you used a little bit of Pro Stitcher, possibly ruler work through
Yeah.
motion. We're not quite sure, but we know she did use some Pro Stitcher, but
Mhm.
the way she chose to fill that negative space was impactful.
Yes.
And it's a really eye-catching quilt. So
Yes.
she got the majority of the votes.
Yeah.
So that makes
Yeah.
our grand prize winner.
That's our grand prize
Yeah.
winner. So we'll be getting that. Yeah, congratulations, Judy. We'll be getting that Stitch 210 out to you as soon as we hear from you. So
And how will they message us?
let's do that one more time. So let's put that email address up there.
Thank you.
Email hqevents@handyquilter.com. And Johnny gets
I'll
those
get it in
emails
the mail for
and
you.
he'll get it in the mail for you.
Thank you so much for joining us this week. We've had a lot of fun with the HQ
So
Summer
much
Show, and we hope you've enjoyed spending your time on here with us as well.
Has been a
So,
lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So we'll see you next week.